What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we have an absolutely awesome haul to unpack and show you. This is from Blue Harvest Bricks. Both of these parcels came from the same place and they include a ton of decals that I'm going to be doing very soon. But we're not going to wait around today, let's get straight into the first package. You're probably wondering why I did two separate orders. Well, basically I sent one to the wrong address, so my home, and my parents then shipped that on to me. So I basically have two different parcels that I ordered at two different times. So this is the first one here. You can see, to start with, we have a load of helmets. These are the sort of like resin cast ones. So they aren't real Lego, but they are super high quality. We're going to take a deeper look into these later on in the video. They're basically a cheaper and slightly easier alternative to buying real Lego helmets and then removing the printing. I really like them and I'm sort of really enjoying working with these rather than having to remove the print. Next up we have a couple of weapons here. You can see we have the Darksaber from the Mandalorian as well as a minigun. So this was sort of a no-brainer. I saw the Darksaber and just thought how cool it looked, but also I needed another minigun. I've only got one of these. These are the Clone Me Customs ones, so I thought I'd pick up another one. He was selling them for relatively cheap on the Blue Harvest Bricks website. Then I also obviously got the Darksaber. This just looks so cool. The level of detail in this Darksaber is absolutely fantastic, so I could not resist picking it up. So now let's crack open the first bag of decals. This is just going to be the first few. Obviously I ordered a ton more in that second parcel, so make sure you stay tuned till the end of the video to see everything that I do end up buying. But we've got a load of awesome ones in here. You can probably see a few of them from the top there, but let's pour them out and have a look at them individually one by one. So to start with, we have this Incinerator Trooper. This is made by Thicky Bricky and resold by Blue Harvest, of course. And this is a really cool one. You see, I've also done the Incinerator Trooper in the past in the same style. Next up, we have the 91st Anaxis Trooper. These guys are absolutely awesome. I'm very, very excited to do a load of these. I only have one of them in this parcel, but I also got a 41st, I think this is the Assault, 41st Assault Trooper. Really, really cool in that dark green color scheme. Up next we have a few different shock troopers. I think all of these decals will be in the 2020 style, as Blue Harvest Bricks mainly sells them in the 2020 style, so matching the 501st troopers that we got in the battle pack in 2020. But yeah, got a load of these shock troopers. Really excited to finish these off and get a load of these made up. I actually made a few in the past, but these are the one figs that I had a bit of problems with, so I've got a bit of patching up to do and a little bit of finishing off to do on some of those old shock troopers. But yeah, then we have a load of Wolfpack. You can see I'm just really getting into the Wolfpack at the moment, and I want to build a big army of them. So I think there's 7 or 8 in this parcel right here. I can't remember the exact number, but we'll go through and count them up at the end. But yeah, really, really cool fig, and definitely a one I have enjoyed decaling in the past. And then to finish off this first package, we have a few arm decals. These again are made by Thicky Bricky. We have, I think, 4 of the Wolfpack arms there as well. Just want to take a second to say, if you haven't already gone and checked out Blue Harvest Bricks' website, then definitely do that. You're severely missing out. They have a load of awesome stuff, and I've got to say I definitely wouldn't be as into decaling if they hadn't set up their store. It really provides a really easy access for me and loads of other people in UK and Europe to have easy access to decals and get a load of all the supplies that they might need. And if you do end up buying anything, make sure to use my code SWBricks10 for 10% off. But without further ado, let's get into the second package right now. I believe this was the bigger of the two, so this should be pretty exciting. I've got absolutely loads of decals in this. I don't know why I went crazy and bought an absolute ton of things, but let's have a look inside and see what we've got. So we have a few separate bags in this one. This one here looks like it has a few cloths in and maybe a couple decals, but we'll start off by looking at this Commander Bly decal. That might give you a little hint as to what is coming up later on. Then we also have some of these 501st Officer waistcapes as well, which are really awesome. I definitely want to be making up a few of these guys. Then we have a pauldron for a 327th Specialist, I believe this is. There's a load of different figs that I'm having based off of the Battlefront 2 classes, I think, which is really awesome. But then we also finally have an Incinerator Trooper. I just bought another one of these in case I fancied making up another version of that fig. I've already made one, so it'll be good to make a second one for sure. But now let's take a look into the second bag. We have a Commander Bly to start with. The 327th is definitely one of my favourite legions, so it'll be awesome to make a Commander Bly in the 2020 style. Next up we have a 327th Officer, I believe this one is a really cool fig as well, based on Battlefront 2. And then there was also a 327th Specialist hiding underneath that officer as well. Next up we have the infamous Commander Cody. We actually have 2 of this guy. I really want to make one to keep, and then I'll probably be selling another one on my eBay store, so make sure you go check that out. I'll leave a link in the description down below. And following that we have 3 of these 501st. I believe these are the officers, which go with those blue waistcoats we saw earlier on. And then on to the last little bag now. We have a load more decals in here, of course, starting with, I believe this is Commander Fox on the front here. I've already made up one of this guy before as well, which is on my eBay store, but definitely want to make another one either for myself to keep or to sell. And then behind that we have a load more Shock Troopers. Yeah, I've gone crazy with the Shock Troopers. I've got a ton of these guys. And behind the Shock Troopers we have 3 212 Troopers. These are actually in the 2020 style, so I probably won't keep these just because they won't match my sort of regular army of 212 Troopers, which are in the realistic style from from, of course, the actual Lego ones. And then, of course, where would my wolf pack be without Commander Wolf himself? Not sure if I'll keep this. I have a really nice printed one, but then again, I can always substitute it out for this decal one instead, but we'll see. But yeah, all I know is I've got a ton of decaling to do, so definitely stay tuned for some live streams coming up very soon. But let's take a better look at some of the stuff we bought. So that is the minigun there on that blank figure. I think that looks really, really cool, especially with that Darksaber next to it. That is absolutely fantastic, and I'm so excited to be able to use this potentially in some mocks in the future. I've had a ton of questions recently about helmets and what you can use and what's the best for decaling. So let's take a quick look at these new helmets that I've got, which are the ones on the left there, compared with a few other designs that I've used in the past. So the ones in the middle are ones I got from Master Builder 42, I believe his name is. I'll leave a link down below to him. But yeah, I picked these up. These are also sort of like knockoff ones. And on the right there is the official Lego ones. So we're just going to have a look at the differences. You can see one thing I really didn't like about those middle ones is that they didn't have the line, so you couldn't really sort of the line across the groove across the top of the helmet above the eyes, which really helps to line up the decals. So it's really good that these ones from Blue Harvest have those. Obviously Blue Harvest didn't make these. I think these are the same ones that Jonak Toys resell. He was selling them for £1.50. They sold out really, really quick, but I'm sure he'll have more back in the future. But yeah, really good to have these, and definitely excited to try them out in the future. But yeah, I think they look pretty similar to the official Lego ones, which is obviously really, really good to see. I'm kind of straying away from using the official Lego ones at the moment, just purely because they do take quite a while to remove the print with the sort of brasso and stuff. I've tried a few different techniques, but it just is a bit of a pain to do so, especially when these sort of knockoff ones are actually really high quality and really do work pretty well. So I'm kind of favouring towards those, but let's have a look and see how they work on the actual figures. So let's grab a Lego figure and see how that helmet, the new helmet, fits onto the figure. And honestly, it fits really well. I'm actually really happy with it. You can see there's not sort of any wobble around. There's no sort of looseness to it. It is obviously slightly looser than the actual official Lego ones, but barely noticeable. I think if you gave this to someone and they didn't know, then I think they would really think that it is a Lego one. There isn't much difference. You can see here is the Lego one right now. You can see I haven't removed the breathers, so you can tell that's a Lego one. But yeah, I think it is really tight, and I'm really glad I bought these, and especially when they're so much cheaper than the actual Lego one, it's definitely worth using. It'll be really good now that I've got the Shock Trooper decals, so I can actually finish off some of these half-done Shock Troopers. I had a few problems with these. I don't know whether it was the way I was removing the print on the torsos left them a bit scratched, so they didn't really apply very well and stuff like that. So this guy's just got the back piece done. Then another one over there is just missing the legs and stuff like that. So we've got a few to do, and it's going to be really good to be able to get these done now that I have those decals. Those will probably be the first things I do, potentially on a live stream later on this week after this video comes out, or maybe even before. I might have already done it, but yeah, that is the complete haul. I hope you did enjoy today's video, guys. I got a ton of new decals and a ton of new stuff to do. Let me know what is the first decal you would do out of all of these decals. I'm really excited to get those holiday ones done that you just saw there. Those are really, really cool, but otherwise I think I'm mainly excited to get that Cody done and that sort of thing. I'm really excited to try him out and see what he looks like when he is completely done. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Make sure to go check out Blue Harvest Bricks and use code SWBricks10 for 10% off. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you have fun decaling any figures that you're doing at the moment. Let me know anything you're working on in the comment section down below. As always, subscribe if you're new, leave a like if you did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.